just talking hogwash. AGYAPADE document. And then I have looked closely over 3.5 years, and I have seen everything they have stated in that document happening. I want to read just the introduction. It says, to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will of a nation is prepared. To our foremost king, Oforipenyin, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. As the heirs of Nana Pienin Kwaframa, Nana Kuntunkununku, and Oforipenyin, our people were never defeated in the wars of old. Such bloody idiots. We were nobody's subjects, and yet after 1957, we were made to live in the shadows of the descendants of people who never defeated us in war, while the Asante kingdom was uplifted to put us in the shade. In relatively recent times, the struggles and works of J.B. Dankwa to restore Ochimai to its original glory were thwarted, but he fought bravely to the end. And they continue. With the arrival of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we see the rebirth of a second J.B. Dankwa who has come to the rescue. Fully cognizant that we are currently part of the modern nation of Ghana, the name of...
Yes, when you finally arrest, or at least when you finally identify the rat which has been eating your meat reserved for that delicious stew or for that delicious soup, you must not hesitate to corner that rat. You must not waste time to corner that rat. This AGYAPADE book, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with many others whose name are mentioned in the book, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, while addressing the nation or the media, has admitted that he was the target in that book. Okay, if you are the target, what have you done? What have you done and you were targeted? You say people targeted you to tarnish your image, and you even said that it is your opponent who wrote that AGYAPADE book to tarnish your image. What are the measures are you taking? Let's listen to Nanado. We'll be back.
To settle scores. I was the target of numerous false and malicious stories aimed at attacking my credibility and integrity. In 2008, racist allegations.
You see, the book, as you will watch, I will let you watch a full series by Malik Basintale. He made a full series of that book, and I will let you watch it. But even before that, listen to the intro. Listen to the intro of that video, of the book. You see, if that book, a AGYAPADE book, is actually written by somebody who is an opponent, if not to say enemy of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo or the Achim people, then that person is supposed to be our chief of staff. Do you know why? He is able to predict. He is able to read the mind of the president. He is able to predict the fortune of this country. So that person must be given a high position in this nation because he can see the future. And if that person is given a position in a higher place, he will work to make sure that we will not be fall in unwanted situations. Listen to the intro from Malik Basintale.
On this platform, TV3, was in 2018. The video is available. And I told you by then that this document is the mindset of greed. It is the mindset of wickedness. It is the mindset of cruelty, selfishness, and how a particular family seek to will this country and the future of this country, together with all its resources, to their descendants, as inscribed in the foreword of this particular AGYAPADE document.
But we find your... And not only that, today, 6th of August, OHENE AGYEKUM on a certain media platform has said something. That is picture. Let me show you. I will show you the picture, and I will also let you listen to Kwabena MARFO and McJerry on Meet FM, still on this AGYAPADE book document. Ladies and gentlemen, watch this. I will be back.
Ghana gas?
Yes, and ya non kwa GNPC, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. Yes. MP and Subenya Netefa because a book numu say they want to take over oil and gas. Also, almost started with electricity. Then they came out with PDS. And we back to another 1 year. Now, we pay a gold reserve non swafa. We kofa a Japan at the buyer. Good. Now, baby, we do money at the oil and gas industry. Omu be take over. Na omu be tonwama investors biya. Sa investors no. Your family and friends.
That is not all. Do you know that even Pastor Mensah Otabil, according to other sources, Pastor Mensah Otabil name is mentioned in the book that if he does not side with them, they will expose him. They will expose the type or the number of women he has been having affair with. Pastor Mensah Otabil, is that true that you be having affair with women? You having affair with women is not my problem unless they are married women. If they are not married women and you have affair with them, me, Sesa Dakoba, I have no issue at all. But my question is, how come your name finds its way into that book, and for which purpose? Ladies and gentlemen, let us wise up. Let us wise up.
Times such stupidity, and the contents of this document is a plan, a strategy for the plunder of Ghana. Name all the presidents of Ghana whose family was so stupid, acted like imbeciles, that they could sit and plan that let us rob the nation. Now, when we go straight into this document later, I will show you what is happening in Ghana. And the fact that they can even name men of God. Otabil is named in there. That if he doesn't follow their plan, they will expose him and the women that he has been with, and they will deprive him of his following in church. It's all in the document. What stupidity.
Let's season what we're.
HOPESON Adoy has already spoken about it on OHENE TV and have shown why these people want the next president after Nana Akufo-Addo on the ticket of NPP should be from the northern region. I will try to let me get that piece for you. Watch it also. Okay? Let us wise up. Yo.
It was your any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oforupeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be brented until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is and for the young man, and I say, according to Agagan, paragraph 19, okay. Paragraph 9. Was it although the Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024? It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover project. Well, a prophecy in here. So, being a turn down, watch church and they say a fiction, and you say any pano or a prophet. And why a prophet?
Now, here is the full stories. Be with us. and follow this page. Truth Telling Time. Subscribe to it and let's move on. TTT, Brain at Work. You are listening to your brother, Sister Dakoba. My telephone number is 0541232463. We will talk again. Enjoy the full videos. Thank you.
The first time I mentioned this document, and yesterday I went through the clips and I saw the first time I actually mentioned AGYAPADE on this platform, TV3. It was in 2018. The video is available. And I told you by then that this document is the mindset of greed. It is the mindset of wickedness. It is the mindset of cruelty, selfishness, and how a particular family seek to will this country and the future of this country, together with all its resources, to their descendants, as inscribed in the foreword of this particular AGYAPADE document.
But we've had the opportunity as well as Gabi also come to dispute some of these things.
I am particularly concerned because I am not the descendant of Nana Epienim Kaframa. I am not the descendant of Nana Kuntun Kununku. I am not a descendant of Nano Foripenyi. My name is Basintale, and I'm a descendant of Basintale. You are Roland Walker. You are a descendant of the Walker people. Together with all of us, including Mr. Jantua, is a descendant of the Jantua caucus. I don't find their name here. Does that mean all of us on this platform are not parts of the will of the future and the resources of this country? Does that mean? One, I listened to President Akufo-Addo say that the AGYAPADE document had nothing to do with him. Preposterous. The things that have been enrolled
so it's a conspiracy
in the AGYAPADE document could only be found in the mindsets of two people. One, Nanado. Two, BAWUMIA. Why do I say so? In 2018, how could we have predicted that EcoBank, that has a seat, or SNET, that has a seat at EcoBank, will finally see that their deputy CEO is upgraded into a CEO who is the son, and it is here. I wish to quote verbatim. The deputy CEO SNET, Kofi Bosompem Osafo Marfo, the son of Osafo Marfo. How could we have predicted, if indeed we wrote it, that Kofi Osafo Marfo will be made the chief executive or director general of SNET and will be given a seat at EcoBank, so the government has full stakes in EcoBank? This particular thing happened 7 years after the AGYAPADE document first came into force. And who did that appointment? President Akufo-Addo. Number two, how could we have seen to it that the deputy Sankuma's wife will be lobbied, Madam Josephine Anna Nankuma, would finally be lobbied and made the CEO of EcoBank, Kenya, all because this document said they wanted to have international stakes and control over resources wherever they found themselves. Number three, how could we have predicted that indeed this government will finally print to a tune of 78 billion from the Bank of Ghana, all because they had their proteges. They had people they could control in persons of Addison, and illegally they could print this amount of money so they could save as a family. How could we have predicted that? How could we have predicted that Data Bank in 2022 will become the international financial advisor to all bonds that were issued in this country? How could we have predicted? But in this document, it told us that one of the grand schemes by this particular Nanado BAWUMIA family will be to skew and ensure that Data Bank becomes a transactional advisor to the government of Ghana.
Well, he says it should be dismissed. It's just a conspiracy document.
How could we have predicted?
You have 3 minutes on this.
How could we have predicted that Enterprise Group that belongs to Kenofurata will finally become the state insurer of all state assets in this country?
What do you mean by state insurer?
All state assets are being insured by Enterprise Group, and Enterprise Group belongs to Mr. Kenofurata. All, including state vehicles, are being insured by them. How could we have predicted? You see, what baffles my heart is that in this grand scheme of AGYAPADE document, it speaks about how they were going to appoint their cronies family and friends into office. Fast forward, even the latest is how President Akufo-Addo gave our ambulance spare part contract to his daughter, Jenkroma, to execute. So among 30 million Ghanaians, you couldn't find anyone to give this contract to other than your daughter. For the first time in the history of this country, and I have a list here, just 2 minutes so that I land on this.
Malik, wrap up.
In this state capture, this Kojo, Mr. Dankwa family, descendants of J.B. Dankwa who never even believed in the independence of this country, seek to first share positions among their family members. And what they did by first was that the president appointed his cousin, Nana Asante Bediatu, as executive secretary. Now he even has 2 appointments as ambassador. The president appointed his Nana Bediatu's father, Kofi Dako Asante, as chairman on the Gimpa Council. The president appointed Mrs. Vida Asante, who is the mother of Nana Asante Bediatu, as the Ghana head of the president's household. The president appointed Kwesi Kutu Asante, the brother of Asante Bediatu again, as a board member of the hostels board. The president appointed Loretta Ochere, the sister of Nana Asante Bediatu. So one Asante Bediatu, his father, his mother, his brother, his sister, his son have all been appointed. I leave the Bediatu family. Ken Ofori-Atta, president's cousin, was appointed finance minister. Samuel Atachia, who is the president's family, was appointed minister of works and housing. Kwesi Amoako-Atta, who is the president's cousin again, was appointed minister for roads and highways. Duke Ofori-Atta, who is the president's cousin, was appointed the senior presidential staffer. Gabi Asaroche-Dako, of course, didn't get an appointment, but we know who is the prime minister of this country.
No, you cannot say.
Nana Adwoa-Hakman, the wife of Gabi Asaroche-Dako, was appointed a board member at GMPC.
Wrap up.
Mr. Eko Hakman, the brother of Gabi Asaroche-Dako's wife, was appointed board chairman of BOST. Rodelin Bafo-Jima, President Akufo-Addo's cousin, was appointed board member Gwel. Mr. Alex Bafo-Jima, the husband of Rodelin Jima, that is President Akufo-Addo's in-law, was appointed the board chairman of Ghana Gaming Commission. Nana Fredua Ofori-Atta was appointed the board chairman of the Ghana Theatre, National Theatre. I can go on and go on. One family, Nanado Bawumia, who was appointed his brother Mumini Bawumia, the Interior Ministry. His sister Laraba was former NDA boss. She's now the gender minister. His wife's father, Mr. Ramadan, who is ambassador to Saudi Arabia. His wife's brother, Abu Ramadan, who is deputy CEO of NADMO. Why should this state capture occur at this particular time? And all these things, all these attempts to capture the will and assets of this country, especially through the AGYAPADE resources, was orchestrated in this book and has been successfully implemented. So, Mr.
Well, the president does insist that this is just a conspiracy theory, and so it should be discussed.
Then whoever wrote this is more powerful than the mind of Mr. Akufo-Addo, because the person could read the brain of Mr. Akufo-Addo 7 years after this book first came into force. So they should stop that. Look, my worry, and to land on this, Roland, is that I'm a poor northern boy who seeks to progress the fortunes of this country. We have poor Voltarians watching us. We have poor Ashantis watching us. We have poor Benue people watching us. None of us are descendants of this J.B. Dankwa family. So please, an attempt to will the future of this country means that me, my children, Mr. Jantue's children, your children, my brother's children, will not have any option than to finally go out of this country and struggle. Because the plans, evil plans of Mr. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia is to whale our resources and ensure that only their families continue
we have to go by the president.
Me I make me kind na me tie wo wa ma no kwan wo yire no pa
because na me nim the source of that document
AGYAPADE book no
na se president say AGYAPADE book amanfo bi na aheda
actually
Mr. President that just say ya no kwa amanfo nam your program so a ya ma ho kwan no na ekura wa me ya we bi o
yeah na metie ohene bi kura no o say book no mu kire no 2012 yes eniama wo mu ba ye and magani wo sha book no esisi so pepe as a prophecy
BBS is so sir
yeah magani one say me said danya adaje kan no over the weekend
normally be wo ho a
esisi so me kan over the weekend ekwan na wo mu pese wo capture o mine no niam bi te say electricity omu yusu PDS ye gold omu yusu ejapa ni nyina na wom na over the weekend crowd de me kan ye oil and gas industry omu be take over.
Hey, yes. Ejapade
book ni mo.
Oil and gas
industry. Omu take over. Enti we need the omu be here.
And one man there.
O de a free na de ko say omu appoint new deputy chief executive officer. Ewo
Ghana Gas.
National GMPC.
Oh, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation.
Yes, GMPC. And we Mustafa Hamid Hone
MPA. National Petroleum Authority.
Good. Enti sisi Ejapade book no baby a omadu Saudi PDS ya na electricity now the gold the no a na Ejapade no a ya mpene so no a esi a oil and gas industry.
Because oil and gas are some work.
Yeah.
Ejapade book no.
Ejapade book.
Ba wo person say
ebe for feeling. Omo be implement niema ewo Ejapade animu concerning oil and gas.
Yes, to be finding out. Yes.
Yes, my daddy just
the president should help us.
Yes, GMPC.
That you the source of the document.
GMPC. Aye juma fena ya panti deputy CEO. Na unim di omo baye. Ebia next week or within this month or next month. Omo basa panti deputy CEO ewo Ghana Gas. Na sa deputy CEO no awo ba no. Na juma ye dia senensa. Aye oil and gas industry. Ya omo be sha gbonu donkomi.
Omo bon donkomi
yes. And we dey win say Canada Japan.
Yeah.
Ono aye board chairman.
Board chairman. Yes.
On se we tutu jegu ni ema bi wo ha.
Ghana Gas.
And ema bi wo ha ya mpene no. Enti onu say ansha obefi wasa board chairman. Deputy CEO no omo de no beba no say oba ansha wo mbesa pam papa bi afiri ho.
Asa you could do holiday by
yes.
Revelations
omo be pam papa bi afiri ho. Na nipa no a waba no waba be take over no wa start process no omo aton Ghana Gas. Yes, anya no nko a GMPC Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. Yes. MP and Subenya ne tefa because wo book no mu say they want to take over oil and gas. Also almost started with electricity. Then they came out with PDS. And we back to another 1 year. Now omo pay a gold reserve non swafa. Omo kofa e japa e de baye. Good. Now, baby, omudu omani etre sisi eye oil and gas industry. Omu be take over. Na omu be tonwama investors biya. Sa investors no. Ebe ya family and friends. Ena ebe kwa akodi. Oh, what do you think? What do you think? Question is na dance ni wa brochire. What do you think? Nya abotre ma ye bre kakra bi. Na se what do you say 10 years ya? Awu say 10 years bi aba wo GMPC.
Ene ye record ya to ho.
What wo? GMPC 10 years ya ba. Omanya deputy CEO.
But the first deputy CEO ni.
Debi oba ye kura we need 1 month mpo. The same thing and wo mo ba ba ye. Ewo Ghana Gas nso wo de makan fa say ban ho but makan me send him say ending of the month or next month appointment ne resaf we be koso ho nipa no a obeba no aduma ye de asen nsa say o meye no ya ti kromu ha yi wusi wa wo de mebo obema me
there will be changes.
Yes.
Say your constitution.
Yeah.
can be say by election. Because 6 months near to there shouldn't be any by election. The BBC.
Good.
Now, Kamenya Constitution, Yansha say, Beka 6 months now, Yatua about we president, and went to me and your new appointment. So, we are president now. Open say we are appointment beyond obey to me within the first 3 years.
Good.
4 months.
Good.
Over 3 years, 4 months to do reshuffle.
Yeah.
80 Kwabena, I'm proposing, say your constitution, you be found.
Me support too.
Say, Beka 6 months now, Yakotua bar.
Me support.
President to be any 2 minutes or better change you because the para change that didn't say you can grab.
Dear no obey. Dear no obey.
Because truly, the won't can say these massive changes.
Yeah.
Reshuffle.
Yeah.
I imagine say you are assuming. Sana me imagine.
My daddy say okay. Wo won say nanka asem ni fie. Me say me kan AGYAPADE book ni din kan AGYAPADE book ni din. Na me say wow. Sisi ababi edrun no. Nanka aka be say isi aka de wo bokra extra time.
So I say they say you
isi akra obi a starting the campaign.
September.
MPP na be launch omudi.
October.
Into September, October, November.
And 4 months.
After na wo ye appointment. After na wo ye appointment. Na sa appointment no a wo ye no nso. Se enya wa wo cronies ene wo family members ya wo pesa wo satisfy wo mu a nipa a wo be obeje car mienu obeje fie obeje sika obeje akatua ye ne ye mia ya bosom but wo de ehu mia wa bosom wo de da bia nkofo hunka na wo de ye free wo de wo be wo changes ya ebeba wo oil and gas industry. Now,
okay, so we can oil and gas industry.
Yes.
Now we are talking about Ghana Gas.
Yes, oil and gas industry.
We are talking about National Petroleum Authority.
Yes, MP and so.
Yes, I can Ghana National Petroleum Corporation GNPC.
Yes, and at all.
Tor.
Yes.
Thermal Refinery.
Yes.
We'll say there will be massive changes.
Would there be?
Is that?
Yes, massive changes in the beba ho. Na sa change no a eba no. Wo matiri mu po. Aye oil and gas industry a ebekwa kwoti family and friends if wonsem na wo mo control
amansa cha me kwa brama
mate wo de say yati kurom ha yenya abotre kakra ne yense wo de hye changes a ebeba ebi aba wo GNPC yes ebi beba e wo Ghana Gas
ebi beba wo Mustafa Ahmed. That is Mustafa Ahmed can take account.
Wo de nya abotre
said there won't can anything to go by.
Yes wo de nya abotre ne yense din